Someone recently asked me, Ken, you're old, aren't you? Ha! Old? Huh. I'm so old. I remember getting my first driver's license. When it was issued to me, it was written in Roman numerals. Yep, I'm old, been old for some time. Now, if you want to know if somebody's old or not, all you got to do is ask them this question. At night, when you're sitting on your sofa, do you have a wool plaid blanket on your lap? And if they answer yes, well, you know they're old. Now, I hate to tell you this, but it's going to happen to you. One day you're going to feel young. And the next day, you'll be sitting on your sofa at night and you'll say to yourself, my toes are cold. Man, my toes are cold. My toes are really, really cold. And you'll go and you'll get yourself a wool plaid blanket to put on your lap. When your toes get cold, that means you're old. Well, what is it that's keeping me holding on to that thin thread that we call life? I'll tell you. About a year ago, I was sitting on my sofa right here with my plaid wool blanket on my lap, and I was reading a book. Now, I have an iPad, but, my kids gave it to me for Christmas, but I like the feel of a book, a real book in my hands. I like the smell of the old paper. I like the way the page feels between my fingers when I turn the page. So that's what I was doing. One evening, sitting on my sofa with my plaid wool blanket on my lap, reading a book. I was just ready to turn the page when I stopped. Something didn't feel right. Felt like there was something or somebody in the room with me. There was someone in the room with me. Sitting right next to me was Lady Death. I knew it was Lady Death because she was white, white, white as the snow. And the cloak that she wore was black, black, black as the night. Well, I sat real quiet. Maybe she's just stopping here to check on me. Maybe she just stopped to rest and she'll be leaving. I waited. And then she spoke. Ken, I've come. It's time. Take my hand and we'll leave. I ain't going. You're going. I ain't going. You're going. We argued back and forth. I'm not ready to leave. I'm sorry, but you have to leave. I'm not going. Don't make this hard, Ken, she said in a sweet voice. If I want to, I'll just grab you and we will be gone. But I don't want to go. It's not time. It is time. Now let's go. Now, my brain started to work. What could I do? And then I had an idea. Oh, I guess if it's your time, you gotta go. But maybe you'd like to hear a story. Before I go, I'll bet you like a story, don't you? And she replied, it's impossible for me to lie. I do like a story. Well, I'll tell you a story. And if you like my story, you can give me one extra day to live. Oh no. No stories about why you have to stay, all the unfinished work. It will not work. Oh, no. I'll tell you a good story. A story that starts with, once upon a time. Or maybe long, long ago, way, way back in the beginning. Something like that. I'll bet you like those stories, don't you? And again, there was a pause and a reply. I can't lie. I do like those stories. Well, then let me tell you one of those stories. And if you like it, give me an extra day. If I like it, what are the chances? Okay, if I like your story, you can have an extra day. Yes! So now I knew I had to tell a good story. I took a deep breath. Long, long ago, way, way back in the beginning, when the world was young, Coyote was going along, making his tracks. And I told the story about Coyote. And I told it as best I could. And when I was done, I looked at Lady Death. Did you like my story? Did you like my story? I can't lie. I did. Good. I get an extra day. I will see you tomorrow, she said. She didn't sound very pleased. And then I say, wait. Tomorrow, I'll have another story to tell you. And if you like that story, you can give me another day. Oh, no. 2 stories in a row that I'll like? Okay. Tomorrow, another story. So the next day came and I told the story. And again, I can't lie. I did like your story. You will have 1 extra day. And so it went. Day after day, night after night. I worked on stories. And every night, Lady Death has been visiting me for almost a year now. And every night I have to tell a story. Now, so far, I've been lucky. But I know eventually I'll run out of stories. And maybe one night I'll start a story and she'll stop me. I've heard that story. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. When? Oh, almost a year ago. Well, I'll tell you another story, and I'll start another story, and I'll say, oh, okay. And she'll say, I've heard that one too. No. Yes, I have. When? 2 months ago. It's inevitable. The day will come when I'll have to say, okay. And I'll offer my hand to Lady Death. And she'll hold my hand and take me to wherever it is we go when we leave this place. But I'm not ready yet. I'm still working on stories. And I'll be telling stories every single night to Lady Death. Because I still have a ways to go.